I'm trained as a journalist. I have my degree in journalism from NYU, and I worked as a reporter for a number of years and also in book publishing as an editor before I started writing. The
Hmm.
book is a thriller about a young woman who has inexplicably stopped aging altogether, and scientists believe that her body may contain the key to the fountain of youth. So she gets wrapped up into a big thriller and a big struggle from there. I actually saw a show on TV that was the catalyst for the idea. It was a show on, I
Hmm.
think, either TLC or the Discovery Channel about a young girl who had stopped aging as a toddler, and everybody was baffled, didn't
Wow.
understand it all. And I just
Wow.
couldn't get that story out of my head. And after actually a few years later, when I was sitting down to write a book, I kept thinking about that, and then I turned it into my own story. I am most definitely a plotter. I think about the premise of my book and then I spend probably about 6 weeks just thinking about it and plotting it out before I sit down to write page one. So by that point, I already have the whole narrative arc. I have the main characters and the basic conflicts. Even if I don't have every detail figured out, I know what the story is about and where it's going before I write. I first became interested in bioethics before I even knew that that was a name of a whole field. I just knew that I was drawn to the intersection of cutting edge science and medicine that I thought was really exciting and
Hmm.
innovative, and also what moral dilemmas those advances were raising in society. So, what should be the political response? What kind of philosophic beliefs inform our responses to those advances, and how should we implement them in society? So, ever since college, when I took a bio course, I just was interested in this and found myself gravitating towards those kinds of stories. And then only later I realized that this field was an emerging field called bioethics and that I could actually study it in a master's program. And that's why I enrolled in it at Columbia. And how do I find the time to write books? Well, I don't always find the time to do everything. I actually had to take a semester off of my coursework last semester so I could write full time because otherwise I wouldn't have met my book deadline. So I'm only now just enrolling in school again once I'm not writing at the moment. I wrote No Time to Die over the course of about a year and a half. And I did research ongoing as I was writing. It wasn't like just one block of work and then one block of research. As I was going, I
Hmm.
figured out, I identified questions I needed to know in the science to write the story, and then I tracked down people who could tell me the answers, and then luckily developed a correspondence with this leading scientist who helped me go through all these nitty gritty questions as I was working and helped me write. I mean, really, without him, I couldn't have written that book.